Negative map awareness.
Hey,
That's
fuck
what
you.
I'm saying. I told you. Fucking
Man,
told you, dog.
Man, what the hell? This is how we gonna start off the stream today. Anyways, good evening, everybody else.
Negative map
Welcome
awareness.
welcome to everyone on the stream right now.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
Apparently I have a map awareness of a fucking dead turtle.
Whoa.
I'm Victor, and that's your negative map awareness host, Brian.
Hey.
Indeed.
God damn it. So, today's topic we're going to talk about what's coming up in December 7th, the Video Game Awards, as
I'm sorry.
we were recently made aware of some of the nominations that they give out. There was sort of a shitstorm going around, but at least this year's Video Game Awards seems to be more interesting than last year, just based on nominees alone.
Oh yeah, Brian.
Yeah. So if anything, oh my god, words, please.
Hello.
Yeah. Anyways, last year, did any of you guys watch Video Game Awards last year?
What's that?
No.
No.
No? Oh, bro, pretty much to put you to speed, if no one knows what that is, think of the Oscars or Emmys, but for game developers and
Oh.
games, essentially. Then they threw in like the esports category as well, which also kind of confuses me a little bit.
League of Legends. I'm just kidding.
Esports of the year, Fortnite.
Well, shit. Anyways, I have the website going on over here, and I'll also stream it onto Discord so y'all can also see it as well. Real
Let's
quick.
go.
Let's do this first. Discord has priority here, and then let's go ahead with this. Boom.
I will not.
What? Join onto the freaking thing here, Lloyd.
I will not.
Okay, then.
Game of the year.
Yeah, the 2023 nominees. So these are pretty much.
3.
So yeah, pretty much these are really all of the categories that games can win like awards for. And obviously, depending on everyone's experiences, how many games they played, they would either say nah or meh. So what we're gonna try to do is figure out, like, in this case, do these nominations make sense? And out of the nominees, who would win that award?
Nah or meh. Just the
Alright.
two options you get.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, effectively, because there's been always takes about like the video game awards being hella biased for some studios here and there. But honestly, I could care less about that, and I'm only here for the trailers that they usually reveal in the game show or the game awards. That's honestly the only important reasoning for that, as the Game Awards is essentially E3 2.0.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember the last time you guys saw E3? I did. It was back in
No.
like 2016.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now, let's go ahead. Let's start with the Game of the Year stuff. Oh, what the? Okay. So here are your nominees for the Game of the Year. In this case, the description for the nomination is recognizing a game that delivers all the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. You have games like Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros., and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm not surprised to see Baldur's Gate 3 in there.
No
Yeah.
one honestly is, because like they even had like I think 7 other rewards for, I believe it was like a Golden Joystick award as well, which is mostly
Alan
like
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was interrupting you.
yeah. So let me quickly finish that. But yeah, the Golden Joystick Awards previously before that was primarily based around like PC gaming award. That's essentially the specificity of that, and that's where it ends at that point. Here at the Game Awards, it is all encompassing as well. So in this case, what were you going to say about Alan Wake 2?
No, I was gonna say that I feel like I'm the only one who has like didn't realize that they were gonna make an Alan Wake 2, and that just
They-
came out of like left field. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
never even pplayed Alan Wake to begin with. I just heard about it, and then Alan Wake 2 just showed up, and I was just like, okay, and it blew up really quickly.
Yeah. Which, let's be... Hold on, let me see. Can I do this? Okay, F11 actually makes this a way better presentation. So, With Alan Wake 2, a lot of people weren't really expecting it to actually have a sequel. I kind of watched it, in this case, only gameplays of the game itself. And it has shown, in this case, really interesting mix of like horror, action, adventure stuff. But it's like more psychological horror, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with Alan Wake 2, I guess if anything, this is actually kind of interesting that it did get in there. Just because it had almost like the same release window as also Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But then again, all two of these, in this case, all of these games, dude, no matter what people say about the fact that there are two Nintendo games in here, each of them technically deserves to be where they are at. Albeit I have some biases against Super Mario Bros. Wonders, as the gameplay of that game as well has not really changed since the Nintendo Wii era.
Not surprising.
But hey, it's on here now.
Is it so Resident Evil 4, is it a remake, remaster?
No, it's a complete remake. Like, it is a different game from, essentially it's a different game from the ground up. Based on the fact that it's a
feels
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It feels weird to have like a remaster or something like that as in the Game of the Year edition.
A lot of people, that's what a lot of people have said about that too with Resident Evil 4, but it's essentially like the only reason it does get a pass for this, just because again Capcom actually rebuilt the original game from the ground up. In this case, same thing what they did in like the previous Resident Evil 2 games. Yeah, from Resident Evil to Resident Evil 2.
No, that's why I asked. I was seeing if it was like a complete remaster or like it was a remake of the game.
Yeah, but in this case, we'll go down the line here. Which one in this case do you guys believe would win the Game of the Year awards based on these nominations?
Baldur's Gate 3,
bro.
Dude,
did you see how much it blew the internet up when it just like because it existed?
Yeah, but here there is also like at least one criticism for Baldur's Gate 3 that actually I do understand why people do feel this way, is the fact too that Baldur's Gate 3 compared to the rest of these games, the format of a CRPG technically hasn't changed at all for like the past decade.
Dude, I feel like I don't know what that means, because I feel like Super Mario Bros. Wonder probably hasn't necessarily changed a whole lot from its standard. Resident Evil 4, yeah, while it was remade, it still plays like a Resident Evil game, which in itself is very old. Spider-Man, Marvel 2, just any other superhero game. Zelda, I actually never played any Zelda game, so I don't know what to say about it.
All games are the same.
Oh,
yeah,
with
like,
a bit
realistically,
of nuance.
I don't know what you're like. It's interesting that like Baldur's Gate 3 came out and took the internet by storm, and like it was, the praises were being sung about it. It was making devs fear the fact that people want increased standards of it, and then all of a sudden people are like, yeah, but it didn't change. It doesn't change like the normal CRPG. Like, what do you want?
It's funny that Baldur's Gate's main selling point was that it was a completed game, and that's it.
Yeah.
Imagine that everyone is so starved of games that they like the fact that a completed game is released is like just news.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it's like, here's the thing about it too, that at least for the cases too, like if we want to evaluate Baldur's Gate 3 without like the notions of arguments that like it hasn't changed much, we're gonna take that argument out of it, because obviously that's irrelevant to the fact of like what these nominees are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not necessarily irrelevant. It's just an interesting point that people are like, it's like, I don't get it. I don't know. It's weird that people are just all of a sudden being kind of like, but it didn't change the genre, and it's like, well, no. That's not its job.
Yeah, the job was the fact that it sold a game that was fun to play for everybody. And if anything, it really brought back, in this case, the love for CRPG back into the main gaming market.
Indeed.
Yeah. Like, in this case, you had, like, games like this similar, too. And I think Disco Elysium actually won an award a while back, too. It was in this case, I think it was like the best like narrative driven base game. I forgot. It was one of the awards back in like 2018, 2017 then. But obviously from the standards to I think it is really difficult too because I could also technically see Resident Evil 4 actually taking it as well.
Yeah, I can see it as well. A lot of people liked it.
And it's like and there's even a case can be made too that a lot of people weren't really anticipating Marvel Spider-Man 2 to be like any strong contender, but it's getting up there actually. I've seen like so many gameplays of Spider-Man 2 and it's at least for me, it looks really good, but everyone else has their opinions. So, if anything, everyone here agrees that Baldur's Gate 3, at this point, the way how the whole gaming market kind of set itself up to be, it just feels like Baldur's Gate 3 is just going to win this. It feels like, right?
I agree. I agree.
And this is not to like undercut like a lot of like the amazing things they have done too, like a lot of attention to detail for a development standpoint. But yes, we'll move on with that. Game of the Year selection for us, the Hot or Trash podcast, it'll be Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, hot take.
Yeah. So, if anything, everyone is already coming like, the fuck is Baldur's Gate 3? I never heard of that. And it's like, man, I don't know what to tell you. Well, shit. All right, we'll go to the next one. Best game direction. Does it look the same? Because it technically is without Resident Evil 4. So this
what
one
the
is
hell?
Yeah. So best game direction is in this case it's an award for outstanding creative vision and innovative in-game direction and design. So this is more or less about like which of these 5 games now, 5 nominees would actually qualify for this. So let's just say we're going based off in this case the description for this. Out of all of these, I want to hear your guys' pick.
If we're going based off description, none of them.
What makes you say that?
Vision, innovation.
Are they not literally just the same game being remade over and over?
That is
adding new mechanic.
That is technically true. Like if anything, the sequel for Alan Wake 2, even though like based on what I've heard about people talking about the game as well, it is actually a really good sequel. And if anything too, it does at this point like open up the narrative even further about like what was stated from the previous game. But if anything, based on your picks, like none of these really like jump out to you as like anything innovative.
The games are just pretty much the same. They're just adding some new features, make your life a little bit easier when you play the game. So you have to do like you have to take a drastic step for you to be like called innovative in like an
I
existing
100%. I 100% agree with that statement. Like innovative is taken so lightly nowadays. Like anything you do is innovative. Is ridiculous.
It's like innovative, or you're just improving something that already exists.
I think
that's what
innovative
everybody's
just
been doing.
became a buzzword.
It is. It's an absolute buzzword. Innovative just now means like an improvement from the previous thing you did, which is ridiculous.
It means you brought back something so old that no one realized it existed.
Yeah, like Baldur's Gate 3, for example. Now, for this ruling too, do you think Baldur's Gate 3 would deserve like another like award as well then? Or do you think that should belong to another?
I feel like it already, in my mind, getting Game of the Year is title enough. It doesn't necessarily need to have anything else. But I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't.
A game can have multiple awards. That's fine. But Baldur's Gate 3 does nothing innovative. Is the problem?
Well, that's the thing too. Spoiler alert: I haven't played any of these games, so best game direction. I don't know how I would rate it.
I've only played Baldur's Gate 3. I cannot provide much in an opinion, but I have seen gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, and the wacky shit that people do, and how they create stuff with like that core mechanic is actually pretty dope. So I think like in that sense, I can only know Tears of the Kingdom, but I know in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 they also do a lot of cool features as well to make the player enjoy it more.
Yeah. If anything, too, I think what Marvel Spider-Man 2 did really well too is that like you're essentially playing as two main characters, but they do it in a way that it kind of is like a callback to GTA 5 like campaign story where you swap between three characters. But they also Insomniac improves on that feature that existed in a way that it makes it seamless. That is the innovation that they did, is that you can seamlessly switch between two different characters that exist in the city at the same time.
Mhm.
That sounds innovative, but
If anything,
as a game developer who's done things like this, it's surprising that it took this long for a AAA company to do it.
so, but in this case, even though I know you said that none of these would be deserving of or none of these nominees would deserve this award too, you still had to choose at least one out of the five here. Who would it go to?
All right, bro. I'll go with Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh,
Tears of the
yeah. I've seen gameplay of it, so that's probably the only one. That's the only one I have like I can have knowledge of and actually have my opinion based on it from actual gameplay.
I've seen so many people make fucking Gumby in that game, so I guess it might as well be Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
God damn it, Gumby. But let's go on, move into. If anything, I would also say Alan Wake 2 tactically would be there too, but I haven't seen enough of it to really for me, so this is just my opinion on it. I will say Tears of the Kingdom would take game direction.
Trash takes. Let's go.
Trash.
Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. So this will just be straight up the way how the games tell their story. And if anything, I'll go ahead and pick my nominees already for this one. It's Cyberpunk.
You really think that it has the best narrative?
Yeah, it really did. A lot of people really give high praises to Phantom Liberty. In this case, the only and the last DLC for the game. And it's also because of the fact that the performance of Idris Elba, based on the cutscenes that I've seen about the game, is really good. And I will say the closest second is actually tied between Final Fantasy 16 and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Although some may argue too, and I also won't say no to it either, is Alan Wake 2. If anything, all of these games tactically are really good at storytelling. They have really good storytelling with elements. But I guess it also depends on which one of these games executes it better.
Yeah.
I've only seen Phantom Liberty. I have not seen any of the rest.
Yes, I've only seen Final Fantasy 16, but that's only like a couple of scenes. Nothing serious.
Yeah.
I can't give a solid opinion on this one.
For this, I can't give a solid opinion on like all these games. I can only give an opinion on Baldur's Gate, if that's just from playing it, but I don't really play it.
Granted, the story is good. I mean, like the way it tells the story is.
Yeah, it's like D&D. So
it's just yeah.
You have to be a good storyteller. Like it has to be an engaging plot for me to like sit there for many hours and play. But continue.
Pretty much. But yeah, I would say like in the case too, like with best narrative, I think if anything, this might be a heavily like hard choice here, just because all of these are, in all their own rights too, they can technically be good on their own. But I will have to say Cyberpunk 2077 actually takes the cake for this one. I would be happy if anything they would win that award, just because CD Projekt Red has been through the dumps ever since the launch date of Cyberpunk. And they did massive overhauls and improvements. And it was even tragic too that they recently had a company-wide hack that occurred. So really to see them like at least be nominated in this category is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And they're coming back from the rock bottom.
It's like the whole story of No Man's Sky.
Won't vote for them because they're too scorned by its launch.
You will definitely have people that would be like that. Let's be honest, Michael.
Imagine holding a grudge for that long.
It's like they're gamers. They will definitely do that. They're also equally as petty. So it doesn't surprise me at all if there's like gamers that actually hold that grudge. And albeit it's stupid, and I don't think their opinions should matter.
Oh, he said it. He said it.
I mean that it's true though. If you can't separate your own feelings to try to judge things objectively, then there's not really a point for you to really vote things based on that merit. At least that's my opinion.
I want to vote for things subjectively.
Well then, there is a place for you to do that. It's called Reddit.
It's called today's sponsor.
Oh man, if only we have a sponsor. But yeah, at some point too, I feel like some of us here will probably have to watch like the actual awards too. It's going to be on December 7th for people that are listening here. So stay tuned to that. Support, I guess, whoever you're watching the streams off of, because you're probably going to watch the Game Awards through another streamer. Who knows? So let's go on with the next category here. Best Art Direction. Now this one is actually kind of fun.
Outstanding creative and technical achievement, artistic design, and animation.
Yep. And so you have these nominations for Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonders, and in this case, Tears of the Kingdom comes back again.
Can we get Super Mario Bros. Out of here?
Yeah, no, this thing has been nominated for like everything.
Victor's
so
getting tired of Super Mario.
If anything,
Bro,
he's
it's
just getting
literally
tired
just Mario,
of Nintendo.
bro. It's the same goddamn plumber we've seen for years.
But bro, they changed the game just a little bit. They added a new flower. Can't you see it there?
Blue flower.
No, and also they made you a transformation where you could turn into an elephant. Peach can become an elephant. You fat bitch.
Damn, Mario getting some.
I do actually have.
Bro, that's some dump truck right there.
I do have
That's an
fun
elephant, you
in
mean?
some of like the Super Mario games, but I don't know.
Hey,
Like,
look. I'm not saying they're bad, but art direction, they all look the same. Come on.
Yeah.
no, 100%.
Art
I would,
direction.
if anything, I would at least keep Tears of the Kingdom, even though that's technically the art style really hasn't changed much from Breath of the Wild, outside of, in this case, adding more verticality to the world itself. I think that's about it, and also giving them the
definitely.
inventions and stuff.
Yes,
And watching that all of a sudden-
first three is are good choices for sure.
Watch Super Mario Bros. Wins every single one of the rewards.
Oh man, you already
They
know too.
better-
The Game Awards have been bought out by Nintendo. That's all I'm hearing.
Better the fuck not.
Once again, these are all games I haven't really seen much of. The only thing on this that I have seen, I mean, if we're excluding Super Mario Bros., is Lies of P. I've seen a little bit of it, and I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Liza P looked really good too. I have to agree. And Hi-Fi Rush is very interesting as well.
Yeah.
It's a different concept, which I very.
But
Very
the art
much like
direction is very nice. Very nice art.
Mhm.
I do like it.
Yeah, I would actually agree too. Liza P actually does look really good, even though the people say it's just like another generic Souls-like game too. But if you really took the time, yeah, but if you really take a look at literally the development and a lot of details that they put into the game itself too, of like why they chose in this case a Victorian style for a Pinocchio story, Pinocchio themed story, it's amazing. And a lot of like the boss like artistic decisions is great based on like the few gameplay footage.
I know nothing of Lies of P. It was news to me to hear it had anything to do with Pinocchio. It's kind of whack, and I kind of like it. It's a little interesting.
Yeah, so
Is
there's
every
that.
single time you die, your nose grow a little bit?
Well, not really that, but
Because
there is
more and
actually
more of a
roleplay
hindrance.
elements. No, there's like roleplay and moral decision elements too. That if you like you decide to lie to the people that you're talking to, it will in this case replace bits and parts of you with animatronics.
Oh,
Yeah, in this case,
Okay.
being like a turning into a puppet is the theme of this. Whereas Hi-Fi Rush, it feels more like a callback to like watching those like old school kids cartoons, like Saturday morning kids cartoons. I think that's what
Kind
this
of,
art
yeah.
style reminds me of.
imagine like lying to someone and going to sleep and waking up, and like one of your fingers is all of a sudden like bionic, and you're like, huh?
What?
Oh yeah. It was like, who took my penis? Where'd my penis go?
Oh my god.
Hey,
That'll
yo.
always be
Babe,
the first thing he
how's
thinks
the
about, bro.
meal? It's delicious. Wakes up the next morning, his entire arm is just a machine. He's like,
Loses an arm.
Oh, man. But I will say, like I said too, I think out of everything here, besides Super Mario Bros. Wonders, every one of these had really good art direction. Based on, in this case, the art itself, it has a storytelling element to like the games here. I think that's the really important part about this, because Alan Wake 2, it has like, even though it's realistic too, there's a lot of like different approaches to the design to create what looks like a almost a eldritch like psychological horror theme based off, in this case, the insanity of what occurs in Alan Wake.
I don't even know what the insanity is to begin with.
It's, in this case, Alan Wake 2 is the author who, in this case, all of his thoughts and everything that he writes about comes to reality.
Bro, maybe you should start doing more useful things then.
Yeah, but it's funny
If
too
you have
because
that power, then stop thinking of horrific things.
Yeah, just stop wars, bro. Let's call it a day.
it's like, because
Yeah.
he can't though, because Alan Wake is a crime thriller author.
Well, then he needs to stop it quickly so that he can spare himself. Save the
Yeah,
world.
just write that he's a billionaire. Call it a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny too because like a Hi-Fi Rush is a very funny game too, because it's funny in like the more reason too why it made another game studio go out of business, or if anything, they just went under, and that's Luminous Studio,
Who?
because it's a sister group to Square Enix that made the game called Forspoken, which was a $70 game with high graphic fidelity details. It's with like open world magic slinging bullshittery and whatnot. But nobody liked
Never heard
it.
of it.
It's fine, really, because not a lot of people would rather play that game in the first place.
I should
Yeah,
also
bro. Pe-
preface
it's
that
like
me
company-
not knowing.
No, I was
Oh,
like,
go ahead,
it's like companies making a shitty game, and then the company going under. It's like, what else are you expecting?
Yeah, and it's like Hi-Fi Rush. Like, there was no marketing for this game. They only showed one trailer, and there was like, "Oh, cool! When is this game coming out? Tomorrow?" What? And the game releases for like 30
Well,
bucks, or 30 or 40 bucks, like significantly cheaper than like a AAA title. Because this is, in this case, made by or published by Bethesda. This game was in the studio of Bethesda.
That is
And
surprising
nobody-
that it came out whole.
Yeah, it came out whole, and it was actually fun and engaging because it's an action beat 'em up game that's also a rhythm based game. So if anything, I wish that Hi-Fi Rush was in the innovation department. I wish this game was nominated for like best game direction.
In
But-
that sense, yes.
So, but I'll take it in this case. Liza P does deserve this, though. It does have really cool looking art, and I will say even Alan Wake 2 would go by like a close second. But let's move on to the next category here. Best score and music. I'm putting it out there. Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, not gonna lie, bro. From beginning to end, Final Fantasy has always had tremendous soundtracks.
You
Yeah.
cannot beat the music.
Like, as much as I would like to say too, Baldur's Gate 3 does actually have really good music scores as well too. But I can't. If you put these two games side by side, I had to pick Final Fantasy 16. There's no other way about this. I love, in this case, Japanese like scores and music.
Yeah, we
Yeah, shut up, you. And even that too, I would actually be biased and want to pick Hi-Fi Rush. But honestly, it is only a rhythm-based game based off, in this case, the selection of music that they had to work with. But in the end, it's still a good game. But again, 16. Yeah. Although, to be fair though, I can't wait to hear in the Game Awards show to hear Tears of the Kingdom, where that one person in the saxophone solo goes ham. Lloyd, do you know the Breath of the Wild opening for that?
Well, I don't know. I'm
Oh.
stupid.
Don't even mimic it, dude. No, don't even play it. We're gonna get copyright strike.
Oh, you're right.
Don't
You're
even
right.
humming, bro.
Oh,
Don't
you're
even
right.
hum
It's fucking Nintendo. They'll probably copyright strike me. You're right.
Yeah, what the heck? You're playing
Nah,
with
bro,
fire.
you're
You're
full
even
on
mentioning their
lawsuit.
stuff.
If anything,
Full
here,
on
this is.
lawsuit.
If anything, showing a picture of this is already like grounds for me to get copyright stricken by Nintendo.
They own the saxophone. We could be copyright striked immediately for that.
Goddamn. But if anything, I think it's already a no-brainer. 16 actually wins this. I'm sorry. I think I
If you say
want to.
so.
I want to believe all
Don't be
these games.
sorry. Don't be sorry with your trash takes, Brian. It's okay.
Oh, you're
Trash
right.
takes, anyways.
You're right. Wait, hold on a minute. Fuck you.
Best
All
audio
right.
design.
Yeah, recognizing the best
Ooh.
in-game audio and sound design. The funny thing is, I would actually pick Dead Space here.
I was gonna talk about it as well. Like I think Dead Space, but honestly, the only games I've seen here are Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. So Dead Space would have to be my choice because it's always had decent sound.
If anything, it had like the best way of like showcasing, in this case, using sound to really elevate the sense of horror in all of the games. At least the first two games. I'm not counting 3.
I undersold it by saying decent. It's just me, but it was really good.
Yeah. In this case, Motive Studio is the one that's going to be in charge of, like, it seems as though they're going to remake Dead Space from here on out. I really wish Visceral Games would still be around, but then the ires of EA decide to fucking piss the bed and just, you know, make them do stuff that obviously is counterproductive to like what the game's like image actually is, all in the name of profits.
I can't wait to see if they do a remake of Dead Space 2. Like that was the game I played a lot, and I would love to see the remake of it.
Yeah.
Or the remaster of it. These are those are remasters, right?
Yeah, no, or at least if they do make it to, it would be a remastered.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like they didn't change much other than like the graphics and sounds and things like that. They didn't change missions or gameplay.
Yeah,
that
because
much I don't believe so.
Yeah, because at least in the new Dead Space, Isaac is able to speak, and is not just a silent protagonist this time.
They should have stuck him to be a silent protagonist.
Maybe, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I don't really actually care, but because like remember the only one I ever played was Dead Space 2 and 3, and in both of those he spoke. So like him talking in one, I knew he didn't do it. It didn't come to like it didn't blast me out of my chair.
So, in this case, do y'all agree with our picks too, or would y'all pick something else from these?
I don't have a valid
opinion on this. I haven't watched enough gameplay to really sit and listen to the audio, so I don't know.
Right. But I guess
we're losing our gamer cards.
Yeah, we're getting old, Michael. What does that mean?
Well,
I know.
Also, at the same time, we don't play these kind of games anymore, bro. We play like indie games and some stupid ass simulators out there.
Yeah,
that is true. Like,
don't worry, that is a category that's coming up shortly.
Dude, that's when we might have a lot of words to say.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the next category. Best performance.
Okay.
No, best performance here.
Dude, I don't know any of these people.
All right, I'll give you at least some of a rundown for who played for what. Ben Starr is Clive from Final Fantasy 16.
Don't know who he is.
The MC.
The MC, Victor, from Final Fantasy 16.
Don't know who he is.
Okay, then. Then Cameron Monaghan.
Don't know who he is.
He's the actual face actor for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba is the
He was the only one. Yeah, he's the only one I've seen act, so it'd have to be him.
Yeah. Then there's Melanie LeBird from Alan Wake 2. She's the also the main actor for this. Neil Newbin from Baldur's Gate 3. He is the voice actor for Astarion. He does actually give a killer performance in the game itself too, but that'll be more or less spoilers later down the line. But Yuri Lowenthal, I would actually pick Yuri Lowenthal, even though Idris Elba actually comes very close too. But that's also because Idris Elba is also a renowned actor as well.
Indeed.
But
I had
it's also
it had nothing to do with like his acting career. It was just that he was the only one I ever watched since I watched Liberty Phantom or Phantom Liberty. Oh my gosh.
but in this case, I picked Yuri Lowenthal just because he's also out of like, I will say, Yuri Lowenthal, Neil Newbin, and Ben Starr are in this case veteran voice actors in the video game industries, and also some of them also probably worked on like cartoons or anime series at some point. But Yuri Lowenthal is in this case, he has the most stars compared to everyone else. And based on like just hearing him voice act for Marvel Spider-Man 2, it's by far one of his best performances to this day. Even though he already did, in this case, the original, he also did it like really well in the original Marvel Spider-Man 1. Even though he was really good in that too, he somehow even stepped further beyond from what he did in the first game. So I'm putting it as Yuri Lowenthal.
I do not have a good opinion about this. I'm out of touch.
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, to be
I know
fair,
Idris. I know Idris and Yuri, but that's pretty much it.
yeah. At least that is my only reason for that too. It's more or less I respect him a lot as well. Then again, I respect everybody here, but he has more recognition in the video game space. That's all I got. So moving on from best performance. And then we got innovation in accessibility. First things to address here. Why the fuck is Diablo 4 here?
Oh my god.
Innovative in accessibility.
Yes.
I don't know why Diablo 4 is up there. I've never heard a good thing about it.
Or if anything, it's supposed to be, for this description, is recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. The thing is,
bro.
there's
I
a
didn't think anyone
difference.
enjoyed. That's why I was saying.
No. Here's the difference for that. Diablo 4 is intended to be designed so that average Andes can play the game, but that should not be considered as an innovation to accessibility at all.
What are you talking about? Allowing journalists to play their games is innovative.
Oh shit, you're right. But
Yeah, bro. Look, but with Forza back in the days, bro, I used to be able to drive with my hands in midair with the Kinect. It was pretty awesome.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They used to let when the Kinect still exists. I don't know if it does or not. I don't play Xbox anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Kinect still existed, I played Forza with literally just my hands in the air, turning like how it would turn a steering wheel. It actually did that in game. It was very interesting. I don't know how it's obviously not there anymore, but because of that feature in the past, I like how Forza does their things. Does their mechanics to drive a car.
Yeah. I wonder if we're dating ourselves by saying about like Forza and then not really Forza, but in this case mentioning the Xbox Kinect.
Dude.
That's all right, bro. They should all know we're boomers at this point.
Yeah.
Dude,
in
hold
terms
on.
of like the gamer's point of view.
This is gonna date me. Or us if y'all respond to me correctly. So remember the PlayStation? Did y'all have PlayStation 2s?
Yes.
Wasn't there like some games released that required you to have like this camera, this camera that like
I remember that shit.
Yes, I can't remember what it was called, but I had so much fun as a kid playing games with that. I cannot remember what it is now, but it was like Kinect, but for the PS2.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what it's called either, but I know what you're talking about too. That was like during the era too that they were really pushing for like different like innovation techs for like console games. That was also the introduction of PS2 Slim, which by far was probably the best looking home console game ever. Fight me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It still is.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
It absolutely still is.
Yeah. I really wish that like consoles would look like that. Not to like back on like PS5's current design. I kind of want to get it too, so then I could 3D print the head of Kaiba and put it on top of it.
Yeah, but honestly, bro, with powerful hardware that we have nowadays, it requires a lot of cooling, so we can't really make it as slim as it used
I
to
know.
be.
Yeah, but it's not impossible because we do have like high performance like laptops. But then again, it wouldn't be able to run like new gen games or next gen games. But
I mean, it technically could, but the cooling may not be sufficient enough.
yeah. Now, I will at least say this too. In my pick for innovation and accessibility, I pick Street Fighter 6.
I'm just kidding.
No, no. I know why you say that, but here is my reasoning for that. There is a fucking feature in Street Fighter 6 that allows blind people to fucking play the game, and it's been showcased in this year's Evo.
Oh yeah,
And he
a
got
blind
pretty
person
far.
Yeah, he did play an Evo. That was really cool.
Now,
Well, just for that fact alone, I would say that Street
Yeah.
Fighter 6 should win then.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
yeah, and if you already know like the history of fighting games, and as much as I like talk about it too, fighting games are notoriously hard. If you create a feature that even blind people can play, that's a step up for us. Hell yeah.
Ooh, for real.
Like, I don't know.
Personal physical impairment.
Like, here's the thing. That's a feature that is in design. That's great. Diablo 4, building it for average Andes or game journalism. That is not innovation of accessibility.
Yeah.
Dude, literally a blind person can play a fighting game. A fighting game.
Let that sink in, everybody.
Like, dude. Holy crap. You can't
Like-
even hear, you can hardly hear footsteps, let alone just react to them. But you let
Yeah.
a blind person do that? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, and it's even too that like the fighting game space has been like very accommodating for people with disabilities, just because again, there's like controllers that are built for people with disabilities as well, and they do perform well as well. So that's also
Okay.
something again. Oh, go ahead, Michael.
I was saying I found it. It's called the iToy camera,
Oh, yeah.
but we'll talk
Sounds
about it
weird.
later.
Yeah. So, if anything, that's my pick for Street Fighter 6. Fight me on that. Diablo 4 should
Okay.
not have ever been considered as a nominee. It could have been anything else.
I agree. If you let a blind person play, if you make a game where a blind person can play and compete in a tournament, then I think it just goes to them.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
my reasoning. Just same as yours, bro.
No,
I agree.
It's pretty crazy.
My only reason for that too is Diablo 4 makes nothing about the game actually easier for anybody with a disability. If you're fucking colorblind and try to play this game, good fucking luck. But in Diablo 4, everything looks like it's the same color palette. Yeah, have fun. So, let's go ahead, move on to the next one. Now, games for impact. This one is a bit hard because this is where it gets to like the almost an indie game territory. But you have the games that's called A Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sinar, Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, I think that's what it is,
Yeah,
Terra
bro.
Nil, and Venba.
Yeah, when we talk about games we never heard before, this is a prime example of games I've never heard before.
For
I think this is-
real.
I think this is also going to apply to a lot of general audiences too. But ironically, I choose Goodbye Volcano High just for that alone. That's the only title I could recognize. It maybe Terra Nil, but that's also sort of less like a very chill, like easygoing game. Doesn't really have that much like thought provoking.
Or this Chance of Sonar is really thought provoking by the from the image itself.
What
Which
was
one?
the?
Oh,
oh,
oh yeah,
That
Chance of Sinar.
provokes my thought already in a bad way.
Okay.
All right. What were you
what
saying, Michael?
about Hoonie Pop? What? That's thought
Hey,
provoking.
hey,
Hell
hey,
no.
hey! We don't
Get
talk
that shit
about
outta here,
that.
bro.
No.
Why is that
Michael,
not
Michael,
here?
we have to talk about games that were released this year.
And
All right, fair point.
And
Fair point. Let's go.
Next
Yeah.
category.
Let's go. Next category here. Best ongoing title. All right, this is where things get extra spicy here.
Fantasy kick W.
Ooh.
I don't
Right.
know. So I know a lot about. I know everything other than
Where's League of Legends kick W?
Final Fantasy. I've never played a single Final Fantasy game in my life. so I have no idea what about Final Fantasy.
Best
14 is their
ongoing-
MMO.
That's fine. Here's
Yeah.
all you need to know. Every single game is different.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
great.
Every single
Genshin-
one of these games is different.
Okay, so Genshin Impact, when it first came out, it blew up, and I haven't heard anything from it since. So that's also something that I really don't know too much about at this point. Fortnite, if you don't know about it, I'd be surprised.
What's a
I did not
Fortnite?
like it, but I hear they got rid of some of the worst aspects of it, such as when you shoot someone, they build an entire like city. Cyberpunk. You know what? I guess I have to give it to Cyberpunk. I haven't played Apex in a while, but I do know it's pretty fun. Cyberpunk though, it had like a extremely rough start, but I think after given all of the time and the dedication they've given to it, I think it turned out pretty dang good.
Yeah, it
be
essentially
quite
did a No
honest.
Man's Sky. It did a No Man's Sky like redemption arc.
I trust your judgment, Michael.
Don't.
Not yours, Brian. Shut up.
Oh, fuck you. But no, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna be contrarian. And I'll just pick Fortnite then.
Yeah, you're really contrarian, dude.
Yeah, only
I'm
because
just
the
gonna,
fact that the
here's my
Hmm.
trash take Final Fantasy, even though I don't actually believe that.
I'd actually say that I was being contrarian, you're being like average. All right. Voting for
Damn, he's
Fortnite?
calling you a
Like, come on.
normie.
Look. It's only because of the fact too that there has been a resurgence because a new season brought back like an older map with next gen engine tech, which is Unreal Engine 5, and it's like all like the batshit mechanics that we've seen the game or seen clips of the game too. Like, God, I don't even know anymore. Every time I look at Fortnite, I feel like I'm looking at an acid trip, no matter what.
Yep.
It was like, why the fuck is Master Chief hitting the gritty?
He's in
Thanos in there and all that.
Why can't a 1,000-pound man hit the gritty?
That's fair point, but why is Thanos twerking?
Hey, why not, bro? Shake the booty.
And why not, bro? Better the torque than the snap half of the universe away.
Shake them purple yams, bro.
God damn. So, anyways, that'll be our picks for that too. At least yeah, Fortnite is a fucking trip too. Like anyone that's an older boomer gamer like us too, we look at Fortnite, it was just like, what is going on? Isn't this a battle royale? Yes and no. Wait, it is yes,
Well, yeah,
but
you are battling.
yeah, battling our fucking last brain cells apparently.
Yep. Onward.
Hey man, I know our next generation are gonna be tremendous builders because they build pretty well in Fortnite.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Best community support.
What's
Recognizing
a
game.
community?
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates or patches. Ooh, it's foot.
100% Baldur's Gate 3. Nothing you can tell me about that. Cyberpunk didn't release like they said they were automatically out of the best community support. They were transparent after the fact, not before. No Man's Sky, same exact thing. Final Fantasy, I don't know anything about it. Destiny 2, I don't know too much about it, but
Square Enix sucks dick nowadays.
Now, here's a funny
Um,
thing too about like
shut up,
Destiny
I'm not
2.
done yet.
Fuck you then. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I already said it was Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Now I have the talking stick.
No, I steal the stick.
Wait, fuck you. Give me back my stick.
No stick.
Damn it.
Mm,
Anyways,
no
it's funny enough too that like Destiny 2 is on here too because of the fact that recently Bungie laid off a bunch of their workers. And it's also coincidentally the ones responsible for the community support outreach.
That's funny.
So
This just sounds like Baldur's by default.
it sounds like Baldur's by default too, but I would honestly still say it can be tied between Final Fantasy 14 and No Man's Sky because 14, the creator Yoshi P, is like trying his best as well to like make the game as fun as everybody else to play it too. But a lot of people do criticize it for saying that he picks kind of too safe of a route to do it.
Well,
And
that's
No
just
Man's
how
Sky-
Japanese people are in general.
Yeah, and No Man's Sky, they're just throwing out game like patches and expansions after expansions too to like really fulfill the vision what No Man's Sky was supposed to be on launch, but they never were able to. But in this case, they did have to cut communication for a time as well so that they could focus on development. For me, that's still more or less a good thing, right? Like they were able to like focus and publish this. But I think when it comes to like the community support transparency, I think Michael is right too. Baldur's Gate 3 technically does it as well. You have in this case some of the developers that will outright communicate with the players as well. And hell, the fucking CEO of Larian Studios goes to the meetings dressed in like not armored knights or knight in armor suit. Like he attends like any meetings with a full suit of armor. Just because he can.
That's what like the year.
Yeah, so we'll go from there. At least community support we believe is Baldur's Gate 3, but it would not surprise us if Cyberpunk also technically takes it. So moving on, best indie game here. So this is something else. And we have Cocoon, Dave the Diver,
What the hell are any of these games?
Dredge, Sea of Stars,
I've heard
and
of Dave the
Viewfinder.
Diver.
Dave the
Yeah,
Diver
Dave the
is actually my
Diver
pick.
is massive. Dredge is
I've
also a
heard Sea
pretty
of
big
Stars
one.
too.
I've only heard of Dave the Diver and Dredge, but I've seen more gameplay of Dredge and not Dave the Diver.
Yeah, Dave the Diver. It is a restaurant management game that is also its own type of like, not really a platform, but you're swimming in the ocean as Dave to catch like the biggest fish or game for your sushi restaurant. So it's actually kind of cool. At least that's my pick with Dave the Diver.
I guess I'll
Viewfinder
pick
is
Dave.
interesting. I really wish too that like, I don't know. I really do want to see like an extended list for indie games. Like in this case, I feel like the indie game space should have like as big as like a attention to the Game Awards as like the Game Awards itself. Like there needs to be
But
like
it's
all
not-
these
but
other
it's hard.
categories.
But
Yeah,
it's hard because indie games are
there's
unique,
a lot.
like actually unique. A
Yeah.
lot and actually unique.
So maybe, who knows, maybe it might make it even harder to even decide, or it might make it like easier to decide from here on. Who knows? But
Yeah, I don't
if,
either.
but if anything, I like the fact too that we're a lot more people, at least the newer gaming space market, is like paying more attention to the indie space, just because they are like in this case they're doing something what AAA games have failed to do, and that is try something new.
Yeah, make a good game. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So at least, let's go to the next category here. Best debut indie game.
oh my balls.
This is hard because the only thing that doesn't make sense too is that how is Dave the Diver not in the best debut indie game here? But I don't know. I'll probably pick Viewfinder because it was in this case a very interesting game. It's like more like a puzzle style game that's like similar to Portal.
Portal, you say?
Well,
Yeah.
I would have to go with Dredge. It's the only one I know.
Yeah. So moving on.
no choice.
Best mobile game. God fucking damn it.
Who
Uh,
plays
no.
mobile games?
okay, I'm gonna say this now. The top two is either gonna be Star Rail or Monster Hunter. Those are the top two. All the other three I don't know because I personally play Star Rail and that shit's so fucking easy to play. And literally, like it's so nice just to, like AFK, press a button, and still
No.
have fun and all that.
Now, at least for me though, well then again, it would only make sense for as well like Honkai Star Rail to be on here for mobile, but it's also like it feels like, I don't know, wherever we saw like Genshin Impact here, right? But I don't know. Honkai Star Rail feels weird too to say is it because they're a mobile game if it'll also release at the same time as a PC game?
Well, Genshin is more geared toward PC play because of how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fucking Oh my god! It like, dude, people even can't play it sometimes after like the second year because they fucking released the map so big that it took like 30, 40 gigs just to even download. And this is only
Jesus.
one region. This is like
Yeah.
a new region that was like a year ago, and a lot of people did not download it even on their laptop or their phone. And Star Rail is like so like it has less space. It takes up less space, and you can play on your phone. If you have like a decent phone, you can still play it because it doesn't take up a lot. It's a much better game than Genshin. I'm gonna say that right now. Hot ass opinion.
All I'm saying is, Brave Frontier paved the way.
Hey, Brave Frontier was fucking amazing. I love that game.
But yeah, damn. The only funny thing about this too is how the fuck did Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis get on here?
I don't even know what that is.
This is Final Fantasy VII, like, shit. It was the PSP game. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That was the game that was on PSP, but then it got remade and remastered for like the whole Final Fantasy VII remaster chronology series that Tetsuya Nomura is doing. God damn it.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of words you're saying.
Yeah, because it's hard. All right, my bad. But Honkai Star Rail, I will begrudgingly say, yeah, it will be that. Because Monster Hunter Now, it was actually really interesting, but unfortunately, not a lot of people are really getting into it just because Monster Hunter as a title too is, even though like it did do really well to it, and it actually probably saved Capcom. I'll say like a few years back until they started doing Resident Evil stuff, and then afterwards, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, Honkai Star Rail.
If you're gonna say most playable on a mobile device, it's definitely Star Rail. It doesn't. It runs super smooth.
Yeah,
I'm vouch for it.
Yeah, it's because it's a turn-based game
on mobile. Bro, most playable on mobile is like a word search. Come on now.
Yeah, dude.
Word search. God damn.
It runs pretty smooth.
Next category here. We got best VR and AR Resident Evil Village
Where's
VR
hot
mode.
dogs, horseshoe, and hand grenades?
It has to be released in this year.
For Resident Evil Village? Why haven't I not played it yet?
Step on me, Mama Demetrescu.
Damn, step on you in VR? That's wild.
Hell yeah. Get all the immersion in.
Yeah, actually have someone step on you.
Wait, hold on. Who's actually stepping on me?
I've never heard of Synapse.
Neither have I.
Synapse.
Gran Turismo VR. That's very interesting.
It's also AR too.
So.
Augmented reality.
So it's actually not that
bad.
When can I play Gran Turismo on my Tesla?
Wait, hold on.
You can do it right now.
When you gonna shoot your shot, fly in the air?
Oh yeah, let's see.
Know, bro.
Well, we're gonna go to the next category here. Best action game. Now this is, you got Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2.
God, once again,
Remnant
I haven't played any of them.
Now, if Armored Core 6 was not on here, Remnant 2 would have taken it, but it's Armored Core 6.
Why so?
Fanboy.
Because of the fact too that like Armored Core has been very known for the fact of like high octane like action with like mech battles with customization out the wazoo. Because who else does not want to go 500 miles per hour making sharp ass turns, dress as a Ryobi or Ryobi warrior or like the Ryobi tools?
Cheap
like,
brand, I'm a DeWalt.
Hey, fuck you, man. Just someone actually become the Home Depot mascot representative in the game. Because, like, Armored Core, at least this is my biased take with it then, too. Because I love mech games. So, if anything, Armored Core 6 is something that, like, if anything, people call me crazy when I'm like,
you are.
Look, Elden Ring did so well, too. There's, in this case, an unannounced game project title that From Software is making that no one knows yet. I'm like, it's fucking Armored Core. There's nothing you can do that changed my mind about that. People call me I was a liar. Or people call me coping, I mean.
You are.
Fuck you. And guess what? I will still pick
Yeah.
best action game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, moving on to then that, unless you guys have something else to say.
No,
No,
move
sir.
on. Go.
All right. Then you got best action adventure.
Ooh.
This one is I think this one is actually a really hard category.
They're all really great games from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Really great games.
Yeah. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The boss fight Jeff, the door technician.
Oh yeah.
That was great. For this title, I would actually have to. Well, then again, there's also like combat with traversal and puzzle solving, so there is that as well. If it's puzzle solving, then I guess Tears of the Kingdom technically takes that. But at the same time, I have a soft spot because I actually do want Marvel Spider-Man 2 to win it, just because I really liked how the game looked. At least in my opinion.
Well, I
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
provide too much. I haven't
Opinions,
played
Michael.
Any game.
Resident Evil 4.
All right, then. There you have it.
Guys, it's Resident Evil 4. You can't change my mind.
Well, too bad. You're gay.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoa.
Bro.
Cancel this boy. Get him out of here.
Oh, shit. My bad. I'm sorry.
He might be. Just kidding.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. The next one. Best RPG. There you go, guys. There's your Starfield.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude, if it's rich player character customization, it's hands down player Baldur's Gate 3. You can
Yeah,
do
bro,
so much shit. Like, dude.
I spent 3 hours just leveling up.
Oh my God. And that's not a that's a true statement. We wait for this guy, bro. We're cooking a fucking meal for a goddamn company.
For real, bro.
Yeah.
He's not lying.
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy 16. It's like unfortunate. There's not really that much like customization based on the gameplay that we saw too, and you're only playing as Clive. There's no customization in him.
Just a skill, and that's pretty much it. Not
Yeah.
like characters or anything.
Yeah, Starfield would technically qualify for all of these, but Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. And also including massively multiplayer experiences. That means that Final Fantasy 16 gets disqualified here because it's a single player game.
Yeah.
It just says including.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
well,
doesn't
it's
say it
gonna be-
has to.
Oh,
Well,
well.
no, all of these are they not all single player except Starfield?
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I mean, as a co-op.
Yeah, they're all technically single player. I think I don't know if Sea of Stars does have co-op either. I remember seeing some gameplays that I thought I saw two-player control, but I don't know. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, hands down best RPG. It's fun as shit. You could see each other's penises.
Yeah, Stevie boy. Why is that the first thing you want to see?
I'm sorry.
You want to see penises? You want to
Look.
see some dragon dick, bro? I'll
Hey
give
man,
you
you're the
dragon
one that
dick.
took your clothes off first.
Dragging these nuts.
Exactly, dude.
The
You have to
first
see a
NPC that you talked to, you decided to full on strip naked.
Yeah, you had to look at it. And you had to look at my fucking bakery, bro.
God damn it.
That's a red. That's a red velvet cakes right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking Baldur's Gate 3. It deserves the Game of the Year title. Yeah, it deserves the Game of the Year just because of all the memorable highlights that we have seen about the game.
Dude, just Brian with his like dick out, hanging out over the unconscious woman was really weird to come back to. Really
Brian
bizarre.
Ware?
Okay, so like right after, spoiler alert, once you crash the ship and you're like walking around, Brian like was naked that entire time, and there was like some unconscious woman on the ground that he came up to, and he just had his like
Oh,
and he was,
Shadowheart,
like,
yeah.
covering
Oh my
over her,
God.
and I was just like, bro, this is wrong.
So
Wrong.
many levels. The best roleplay game ever. But yeah, moving on. Best fighting game. Street Fighter 6, hands down, nothing else. All right, moving on.
Agreed.
No, I don't know, dude. I think God of Rock.
I don't even
Legendary.
remember what the.
What are these games?
What
Exactly.
are these games?
Besides
Oh,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat and Street Fighter, I don't recognize shit.
Nah,
You don't
Nickelodeon All
recognize
Star Brawl 2.
Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl 2? What are you? What are you living under a rock?
Yeah,
God.
bitch. I play one.
I live under a nice rock, at least.
Damn. What are you, Patrick?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You pinhead.
Who you calling Pinhead?
God damn
Moving
it.
on.
All right, moving on. Best family game. Party Animals. That shit is hilarious.
Super Mario Bro is back.
Well, I'm okay with that because it is a family game.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say it's definitely the only one I know of, and it will be
That's
the
Yeah.
only one for me.
I guess it's Nintendo pushing for the fact that all their games are family entertainment or console games or family games.
For the most
Despite the
part,
fact that like Nintendo also said that they're gonna also do hentai in their stores now.
Huh?
Don't worry, that's its own article of like rabbit holes to go through.
Party
Wow,
Animals.
that's
Is
a
that?
rabbit hole?
Hold on, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's Gang Beast 2.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because Gang Beast was really fun.
Yeah, Party Animals is even funnier too, just because it's like cute, adorable animals beating the shit out of each other, and you drop kicking someone.
I do think family wise it would be Super Mario Bros. But Party Animals or Gang Beast, since it's related, adjacent, is going to be my next vote because that game is just fun.
Oh,
Then you
yeah.
have Sonic Superstars.
Don't know
Sonic?
what the fuck
What?
that is.
What's
It has
Sonic?
go. The superstar. Well, anyways, moving on to the next one from best family to best sim or strategy. God damn it! Why is City Skylines 2 here?
Mm,
Fine, man.
I
That's
I
fine.
I can
Yeah.
only if I had to pick one, it would be Fire Emblem Engage because that's the only game I've played.
Lies.
And no, like out of all of this is it's the only one. I actually own it. I walked in the snow for this, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's.
See, that's how I know you're lying. It doesn't snow here. No.
God
Back
damn.
in January of last year, it did, bitch.
Yeah, there's no snow. There's only deep freezes here in Texas.
Oh, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up,
we don't
there's
get snow. We get ice.
God damn.
I would
We get
say
full on
Engage.
electrical problems. That's all we get.
I can only
Yeah.
say Fire Emblem Engage. It's pretty fun.
But yeah, I would say I would love to pick City Skylines 2, but it would have to be like after they fucking fix a lot of like some like the core like integration issues that it's having.
Huh? You're telling me that a new release has problems?
Yeah.
Fucking it cannot be.
Yeah, it's something that I haven't expected.
Remember, guys, when games used to be on like discs that they couldn't update, so they really had to do their stuff right before it was released? There would always be bugs sometimes, but not like there is today where they know they can just update it. And then,
Right.
so that's why they just release it half baked.
Yeah. Also, apparently Baldur's
is
Gate
that-
3
what is-
actually has a digital deluxe edition too. Or it has a deluxe edition, not a digital deluxe, but it has a deluxe edition of the game where you can
Has a
also
McDonald's
not
deluxe edition.
Yes. Baldur's Gate 3 has a
Wow.
deluxe edition where you can actually own, in this case, a physical copy CD of the game itself and some other goodies, such as the soundtrack score, some books, artwork, stickers. I think there was also a mug that was included in there too. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Sounds badass.
Yeah. But unfortunately, for this case too, I wouldn't pick City Skyline 2. I would actually pick Advanced Wars 1+1-2 Reboot Camp because I played that shit on the Game Boy. But the funniest thing too, this game actually got delayed for another year because of a specific event that happened, which was in this case Russia invading Ukraine.
Damn.
Because in this case, one of the factions that they made is eerily similar to Russia. So they were like,
Okay.
yeah, we're going to push this further out for a bit because it would be a little bit awkward.
Am I the only one who wouldn't care just because I feel like with knowing how long it takes to develop certain things in games, the fact that if like they were about to release it and then that broke out and then they released it, like clearly really what it was is it was just inconvenient timing, not like they were doing anything funny.
Here's the thing: you wouldn't care, but news media would.
Well,
Who
news
the
media
fuck
care
cares what
about
the
anything.
news
Yeah.
thinks?
Yeah.
Well, they don't
so,
care. Well,
Forgive
news
my
media is-
language, but like really, who still
Yeah.
listens to the news?
Fair enough. So we'll move on from there. At least I choose Advanced Wars. Lloyd picks Fire Emblem Engage. The other two here, eh.
I haven't played any of these, but City Skylines 2, just because of City Skylines 1. Yeah,
What City
that's how it,
Skylines?
Victor,
well, I didn't
no.
say City Skylines. I said City Skylines 1.
What City Skylines?
Moving on. Let's see. Then we got best sports or
Answer
racing.
my question.
Nah, it's where you get to be the communist.
Best
I'm
sport
kidding.
games. If you choose any of the like FIFA or anything like that, you can stop it now because
Yeah,
that
You are
shit
the
is-
problem.
You can just stop playing games now. Just
Yeah,
stop.
you are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Touch some-
you
go
are the
touch some
problem.
grass. Get out
I'm
there.
sorry,
Touch some
but,
grass.
like,
Yeah, stop
Um,
spending $300 for a late end game team in 1 week, bitch. I'm just kidding. But true.
No, he's not
Forza
kidding.
Motorsports.
No, but that
Nah.
Bro, does
FC24 should not. No, I wouldn't choose it.
Does
It has
anyone
too many
remember?
What's up?
Does anyone remember the racing game Grid?
I
I don't.
I
think
remember
played it, but
heard
I
of
heard
it.
God, I used to play the Xbox Live demo of that with my friends like forever.
Demo.
Like the game, it would like we played that demo like 2 or 3 years after it was released because it was just
Damn.
no one wanted to buy the game. It was just fun playing.
Do
the demo.
people even participate in demos anymore?
What's a demo? It's never made anymore.
Yeah, fair enough. But there's that. My pick is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, fuck you.
Okay.
This is my pick. You can suck a nut. At least if anyone else here wants to say anything else about this, I would also say, yeah, fuck FC24. Anybody that votes this too, you guys are the problem.
Anyone else in this call want to vote? Be careful of your answer.
No.
What?
So,
Now.
all right, moving forward. And then best multiplayer. Oh boy.
All right, this
On
is
Call of Duty.
Party knows?
Yeah, what the heck? Well, Diablo can be deleted immediately.
Yeah.
Yeet. Best multiplayer. I would have gone if Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't up there. I would have gone Party Animals because that would be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I don't think you can beat Baldur's Gate 3 kind of multiplayer with Party Animals, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You never.
There's actually
They're just on
There's
two different levels.
Mm-hmm. There's actually my pick with Street Fighter 6. I'm sticking with this one just because instead of like you, not only do you have like in this case your regular like 1v1 matches too, you actually have in this case party game modes in that fucking game. There's actually fucking mini games to play in there. And it's actually kind of surprising like the amount of content you get for Street Fighter 6 multiplayer. So like
Along
you
with
get to
Rage.
have like separate like game modes where you pass around an electric ball, try to do combos on it.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, please take this out.
Please eradicate these choices.
Yeah.
Party
And including
animal.
Diablo 4. So, moving on. That's the Street Fighter 6, Party Animals, or Baldur's Gate 3. Those are our only 3 legitimate options.
For me, yeah.
So, what is that? Let's move on. Best adaptation. Now, this required us if we watched the films at all.
Gran Turismo's a movie?
Yeah, Gran Turismo is a movie.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, it was actually based off the true story of the guy, of him playing the game and becoming a racer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's based
Nice.
off a true story.
Wild.
For me, it would have to be between The Last of Us and Super Mario Bros.
Yes, I hear The Last of Us is very good.
I'd probably
Yeah.
give
It
it to The
was-
Last of Us.
They was really good. They did since it was they worked really closely with the people who made the game, or if not, like directed by them. I can't remember. They very much got to tell the story they were looking to tell the way they wanted to tell it.
Hmm.
And I thought it was really good. I thought it was genuinely really good.
Yeah.
Then I think Super Mario Bros. Also was really good to watch. It was funny. But yeah, I don't know. It would have to be one of those two. I'd probably give it to The Last of Us just because it's more of a show. And I don't know.
No, it was
I don't
really know.
very, very good
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Yeah. If anything, when it comes to like faithful, authentically adapting the video games into another entertainment, for me, it actually is. I'm a little bit torn between, in this case, Castlevania, The Last of Us, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Because right now, even like some people can criticize too with The Last of Us, there really isn't much things else to say that like it's that difficult to make The Last of Us into like a really decent TV show or movie. But given it's still a challenge nonetheless to try to adapt a game to a TV series nonetheless. Especially they did have to do some creative liberties too to flesh out some of the characters to make it make sense in a TV standpoint instead of a game standpoint. Because there's also like that disconnection here and there when you think about that. Especially with Castlevania series. If it was like the previous one too, Nocturne is actually really good as well. It also explains some of like the more interesting stories of Castlevania. But again, Last of Us has a really good adaptation overall. Super Mario Bros. Movie, everybody fucking knows the story more or less. Or was Super Mario Bros. Even had a story to begin with? So with that, Last of Us is really good. Gran Turismo would be, in this case, the dark horse in this whole lineup. Or Twisted Metal. Twisted
I don't know
Metal
if
is
you
mostly
looked at this.
hilarious. Think of like Mad Max and racing and comedy. That's best way to describe Twisted Metal. Yeah. So moving on. Most anticipated game. Most of us here would say Tekken 8, but we all know it's fucking either Final
would
Fantasy
give it
VII
to
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
it has to be.
no.
Hades 2, it has to be the most anticipated game. Have you seen how
I
much
would
it
say
blew
too.
up?
Yeah, I would
Like,
even say
people are-
Hades 2 would be there.
I think
But-
people are waiting for Hades 2.
But Michael, it doesn't help the factor that Final Fantasy VII and the Like a Dragon have the bigger fan bases here.
Yes,
You're right.
I hear about Like a Dragon.
Yeah, that shit is
That's the one with
wild.
Case on, right?
I
What?
Is that the
no,
one with
it's
Case on?
I don't. It was for another game if I remember. That
No,
Kei-san was in.
Kei-san's in like that universe. Like she's in one of these games, but it's
Mm.
like because like a dragon and Yakuza are like the same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
so
think
I
she
mean,
was in
like, you're right. I think realistically, if it were to be like most anticipated indie game, Hades 2 would hands down claim it.
Yeah.
But you're right. I do believe Like a Dragon would definitely take it. I don't know much
Taking it or
about
no deal?
Final Fantasy, but I do know more about Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Cloud in a wheelchair or no deal?
We
He's
just
on a
want to see
Segway.
him in a wheelchair, Tetsuya.
I want
I want to see Tifa push him off a bridge. Let's go.
Let's go.
God damn it. People are already writing thirst traps for like Cloud and Sephiroth banging each other once
Hey,
again.
dude, I'm all for it. One wing angel dick.
God damn it.
Man, Zach just watching, bro.
Dude.
Yeah,
dog,
Zach is
he's
just
George-
confused.
No, he's not watching. He's filming.
God damn it.
He's watching while he's filming.
Yeah, somehow.
Anyway,
Exactly.
so we move on from here, and I think this is where it gets a little bit like
Content
don't know
creator.
much here.
I
I
don't
don't know anyone besides Iron Mouse, Keck W.
Same here.
I only know.
I don't know
Iron Mouse.
anyone.
Who are these people? Quackity? What kind of name is that?
This is us boomers like coming out from this. We don't pay
Spleen?
attention to content creators.
Sounds like spleen. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
How do you
But yeah.
pronounce the last guy's name?
Cypher.
Cypher. Cypher. No, it's Cypher.
Cyphric?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
Cyphric? Cyphric?
Cipher. Prick.
I don't know. I think that last
know.
P is silent.
His whole name is silent at this rate.
Where's the
Next.
H then?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Bro, his whole name is silent.
Anyways, Iron Mouse, I pick her. Anyways, moving on.
It's gonna
Hey,
be
he
silent
watches
from now
VTubers,
on for
guys.
me.
Yeah, you too, bitch.
Best esports.
What do you? I don't know what you're talking about.
Best
No.
esports game. There's that League of Legends you were looking for.
That's not.
You know, I haven't
just
heard
kidding,
a whole
bro.
lot about. I haven't heard a lot about PUBG, and it's specifically mobile.
Bro, PUBG.
Okay, maybe not. All right.
Yes.
Um,
I feel like PUBG died hard.
Yeah.
I don't hear it a lot.
yeah,
I mean, Counter
I
Strike's
think
the
it died
current
because
thing.
agreed.
Yeah. It's actually between
Current-
Counter-Strike
that
2
and
and Valorant.
Valorant.
I would still say it's. Wait,
I say it's
probably,
Counter Strike.
probably Counter Strike. I wouldn't say Valorant's just. I don't know.
CS2.
Maybe. I just like CS2 better.
Yeah.
I play Valorant, but overall gameplay.
Okay, well, this is inclusive of tournaments and community support. So I don't think that would be League of Legends anyway. Like, I don't know. Did League of Legends kind of like, did its esports
suck.
die a bit?
Yeah, it's dying for sure.
So yeah,
the
they died.
American,
At least the
the American
NEC.
scene, the American scene is dying.
But everywhere
'Cause I
else
remember
that
being
NA is
massive
in,
in it.
it's good. Like the Counter-Strike, our NA Counter-Strike team is actually really good. But nobody talks about
because
it.
it has guns.
Yeah.
Americans only
Jesus.
good with guns.
Jesus,
Oh,
but you're right.
PUBG Mobile, really haven't heard anything about the esports of that. Valorant esports, I mean, like, I haven't heard too big of the
It's-
esports.
It's still big. It's still big.
Well, I
more
just
or less,
haven't-
but it's like.
But
yeah,
like when I think
there's
of
a
when
lot
I think
haven't
of
heard.
like,
Definitely.
I just don't think of like League of Legends at peak big is what I'm saying. Like,
Not anymore.
and
Not
then
anymore.
like Dota. Well, yeah, no. I mean, at this point, I think Valorant
Dota.
has it over League of Legends.
Yeah.
Dota 2,
It's
I don't
still
hear
like.
much about that, but that doesn't
I think
mean
it's
anything.
the same. It's mostly the same. Like their prize pools are still fucking huge, all because the fact that a lot of their sponsors are from like gambling websites. So there's that. So
I don't know. I don't know which has the best esports gaming. You know, what does everyone else think?
I would say
Me.
CS.
I actually
Brian
would
was
pick
like,
CS2.
let's move on.
Yeah, move on. Boop.
I'd say CS.
Jesus. Who just
CS.
cough? CS2? All right, moving on. Beep, bop, boop. Best esports athlete, Faker. Moving on.
Faker.
Yeah, next.
Yeah, the fact that they put Ruler on here is sort of less disingenuous. It was like, damn, that's fucked up, guys.
Hey, Demon One is pretty nice though. He's pretty nice too.
Alright.
My man. Pretty.
I haven't watched it, so
I
I
don't
don't
know
watch
anyone
Valorant.
besides Faker.
yeah.
Yeah. But Faker's in too.
Man, best esports team. Man, who put JD Gaming here?
Oh my
Where
god.
TSM at?
Man,
my.
this sucks, dude. Who put JD Gaming here?
Who's
Obviously,
JD?
a certain.
Who's
Josh.
JD?
Doesn't matter.
Hey,
They
he's
lost.
trying to vote, bro.
It doesn't matter. They
Hey, he
they
tried to
lost
vote.
already.
He tried to pass that vote.
Yeah, they already lost against SKT. Anyway, so oops.
Yep, next.
Yeah, this is the part where I don't really know much. The
Who the
esports
hell?
coach. Yeah,
Move on.
yeah.
Next. Damn, that boy name is Homie.
Best esports event.
Hold me.
This one,
Brian's
though.
I already know what Brian's gonna choose next.
All right, fuck you then. What does everyone else here pick, you bastards?
I don't know.
The bet like recognizing events.
yeah. that deliver the best of class experience for participants and the broadcast audience.
I gotta tell you, League does have a good presentation when it comes to Worlds.
Yeah,
They do.
I would give it to League. Honestly, they do really well
But-
when it comes down to
But
it.
Dota's internationals is also like pretty top tier in terms of presentation.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about that.
I only pick Evo 2023 because of all the hype moments to see in match. Anyways, that's all I got for that one. And that is the
Alright, that's
end
it,
of the-
guys. That's the end. All right. So, how trash or how hot is our takes?
So,
Very.
Comment in the trash bins.
How
Yeah.
correct are our takes?
We can have a discussion. You think Genshin's better than Honkai?
I think
Goddamn.
with all the
I'm
bashing
posting
of
the video
Diablo,
on
we're
the
about to
Genshin
catch some
subreddit.
heat.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna probably catch some heat from all the Diablo like slammings. Not gonna lie.
Oh, probably.
They're
especially,
fanboy.
Throw more.
like,
throw the heat
they got
our
some
way. It's gonna go
fanboys
straight
in
into the
there.
trash.
Yeah.
It's gonna go straight into the trash.
Like, we're here for the controversial and all the shitstorm that will be coming towards us. Or just, like, in general, too, people that, in this case, will bash on others saying that, like, their favorite game is not on the list or whatnot. And then in this case, how come you guys didn't pick my favorite game? It's like, bitch, please. This is our pick.
We don't even fucking know you.
Yeah. So in
As
this
rude
case,
as that sounds, we really
yeah,
do.
we'll just even double down and say game of the year. It will be Baldur's Gate 3. It will be. Not if. It just will.
In 2 weeks, see you there.
Yeah. 2 weeks, we'll see you there.
Or-
And if
or
anything,
3
y'all are
weeks,
just
3
gonna
weeks.
cry.
3 weeks, correction.
Yeah, 3 weeks. But realistically, what do y'all feel about, like, at least some of the nominees that you saw on this?
I feel like some
Super
of the
Mario Bros can be
categories.
taken off.
Yeah, besides that, a lot of the categories are pretty, like the nominees, and like honestly, some of them, a good chunk of them, have really good contenders. So it's really hard to choose.
Yeah. It's like,
Some
it's one
were
of those
clear-cut.
things. So it's one of those things too that, like, would you think too that, like, after this whole day is over too, or even during the event too, there's just gonna be a shitstorm of, like, people just going into flame wars with each other.
Yes, it's
100%.
human. We're humans. That will
Yeah.
happen.
Hell yeah, I'm here for the drama.
It will just happen.
And then there's also the Game Awards vote in Fortnite.
No, we're not.
God damn. Like, just hold on. If anything, you guys won't be able to hear the sound on stream, so let me enable that. So here you go, guys. You'll be able to hear this shit. I'm gonna actually minimize this because it is also loud.
But we
can't
can play
max.
videos on here.
Well, too bad. For the first time.
I'm Jeff Keighley, and welcome to the Game Awards.
How do they
in
do these
Fortnite.
things?
For the first time, your votes will help us pick the best
How do they
Fortnite
do?
island of the
How do
year.
they do?
It's Epic Games.
Grab
They
your
make it
friends,
some.
discover
They'll do
this
it
year's
somehow.
nominees, and
Unreal
make
Engine
history
5
by voting for your
potential
favorite
right
Fortnite
here.
experience. While you're here, collect all
No,
the
I just mean, like,
trophies for an
you know, like
XP
whenever you
boost.
have the, oh yeah, there's a
Celebrate the
DJ's
best in
playing
gaming
on
and the best
Fortnite. Come
Fortnite
join the
islands
server
with the
and
Game
like
Awards
listen.
in Fortnite.
And it's
Yeah.
like Marshmello playing like music in a
And the
Fortnite lobby.
best Fortnite island of
Like,
the year is
They just have. Does he just get on like the game, like play his music over the speaker and just start doing like, just hitting like the whatever button for dancing? Is that what they do?
Well, if
I don't
anything,
know,
he's probably in
Could
the
also be
studios.
mocapped.
Yeah. It could be mocap, or he's actively in the studio, actually like throwing
Yeah,
like in music.
live mocap. I believe it.
Well, what about everyone else? That they must just be in there pressing the dance button.
Uh,
That
I
feels
don't
so
know.
Possibly.
weird.
it's like it's possible too, but we don't know how Epic Games
That just
kind of
feels
handles
really
that.
weird.
I would believe too that like Epic Games, they kind of just invite like the people into their office so that they can actually work out some so like mocaps, music, and in this case even stage presence, because it's all in the eyes of like whoever the event is for. They can technically build around it. So there's that. Public tickets on sale for TGA 2023, but I remember I saw like a metric that shows that even though the Game Awards has been like divisive within some of the gaming communities too, it has actually been increasing in trends of like viewerships. Just from 2022, they actually hit around 103 million views on their live streams.
Pretty good.
And apparently it's slated to go even higher. Like in this case here, like the historical live stream numbers from 2014, which I believe that's when it started then, and it just keeps going up. So it's not surprising to say too that like I think 2023 it might actually be one of the biggest events too, just because again you had a lot of good games released this year too. Not a lot of them are like the AAA titles that people think of, but a lot of still really good games. So in this case, you have like game networks that span across like this whole Game Awards is spanning across like every region too, not just America. You have in this case from TikTok Live, Steam internationally, from China, Huya, Douyo, Bilibili, all these things, even in India, all this stuff.
Sure, main demographic right there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much your main demographic. You get this is the influx of people from like India coming in. But yeah, we'll actually see too, because I'm more anticipating in this case the game trailers that will be coming out for the Game Awards. Like, yeah, just because we'll probably see announcements about like the like Final Fantasy VII stuff, even Tekken 8. Probably. Although to be fair though, I think they released everything they could about that game, so we'll just have to wait till it actually fully releases next year.
We shall on.
Yeah. It's sad, no actual gameplay yet, but we'll see. I'm happy. I'm actually happy for this year. This Game Awards is going to be amazing.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Tell me how it is.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're going to be joining with us in the live stream whether you want to or not. Yeah, if anything, we'll just do like a private like watch party with like as many people here. At least me and Victor are going to be looking at to see like either the games coming or the upcoming games too are either going to be a disappointment or there's actually some interesting titles.
Oh yeah.
When is it happening? December 7th, so right there. If I could read.
Yeah, it's exactly right in front of you.
When does that land on?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yep.
December 7th
Thursday
is
when?
Thursday.
What time?
Yeah.
What time is it like happening?
Let me see here. Goddamn, not the CST is around 6 o'clock. I don't know what that is. Wait, is that Central Time?
That's
Central.
Yes, that's us, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
central.
Okay, yeah, 6 o'clock Central Time.
6 a.m. in the morning.
Nah, 6 p.m. You dumb bitch.
Whoa,
Damn.
whoa.
Well, then why is it not
whoa,
1800?
I'm gonna stuck. Yo, I'm just kidding. What?
What the fuck?
Who said that? Who said that?
It's 6:30 to 10 p.m. It says right there.
Yeah. I can't read. Didn't you? Didn't you hear me a second ago?
Sorry, I'm deaf. I can't hear you.
Yeah,
I think we all got the problems.
Yeah, maybe.
No, Brian, you don't talk, and we'll be the monkey see, monkey do.
Man, fuck you. But
Damn, he called you a monkey.
so I'm like I said, I'm really hoping for like some like the amazing trailers to come out too. Honestly, that's all I'm really miss about like I guess when E3 is no longer running around too. That was usually the main way how we know about new game announcements too. But now that's been delegated to like the Video Game Awards, which is sort of less like what the Oscars and Emmys kind of do anyways, but hey. I guess it is what it is now. Game Awards is a lot more like viewership friendlier versus like E3, or at least they get more viewerships from a Game Awards than they do with like a press conference.
Indeed.
But yeah, if anything, I think this is a pretty good stopping point here too. It's already like for our time, it's almost like 11 p.m. here. So, Eddie, you guys have some last minute words?
I love you.
Oh, well, shit.
I love me
alright.
too. Thank you.
Well, we'll catch you all next time. And stay tuned.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, do those things.
Yeah, do any of those things to keep our
Definitely.
engagement up to.
Comment.
Like and subscribe. Share.
Subscribe.
Ah.